Hello everyone. In this video we are going to cover the transactions tab, and I am specifically just going to focus on the transactions here. We also have commissions, payment reports, and refund history. I'll cover those in really short videos in other videos, but this one we're just going to look at transactions here. So if you toggle to this location, you'll see here a couple different ways that you can filter. You can filter to just bikes if you have other products. You can filter to just paid users if you might be an admin user if you're an operator for the program. And likely if you're listening to this video, you're an admin user, and you can just filter to paid users if you would like. And then booking status, so completed rentals versus current running ones. You can also adjust the dates here, so if you want to look at just this week, or however you want to filter that, you're able to do so. The search feature here is really great. You can search a user's name. You can search maybe a bike number and see each of the rentals that are there. There's a few different fields that are searchable, so that could be a really quick way to check things out there. Looking down at the actual transaction, each line here is going to be a real quick snapshot for you of everything. You'll see the username. You will see the bike number here, the location that it was picked up at and then dropped off, the date that it occurred, and the time, the duration of the ride, and you'll see that it's completed. The icon here is a refund option, so sometimes an end user will be assessed a penalty. It's a $10 penalty that we have for rentals that are ended outside of a geofence location, and sometimes these are inaccurately assessed, and the reason for that typically is that the geofence is a little bit too small, and so you can go into the locations and increase that, and we have a video about that as well that you can watch. But if you're getting a lot of penalties for a certain location, that's likely what you need to do. But this one was not assessed a penalty, but if it was, you could go ahead and refund them that amount, and then leave a comment here that we refunded you that payment. I'm going to go ahead and jump to some live ones here that you can see a few different options where this one is currently running. So you'll see they're all in red if it's currently running, and they have a different icon here. It's an end rental. It looks like a clock, and sometimes you'll have maybe the situation where an end user thinks that they ended their rental and they put the bike in the rack and then they just walk away. It might be locked, it might not, and they just didn't end their rental. So you can end the rental for them by just clicking this icon, and you can assess a penalty if you think that is necessary for this situation, and then you can state what drop zone that is at. So if they did put it at a bike rack, you can just state it's at this drop zone, and then you can click offline payment or not. The instances where we use offline payment is where maybe you didn't see this for 6-7 hours, maybe even a day, and so they've been charged for all of that time, and you know that they weren't riding it obviously for a day. So you can just go ahead and click offline payment, and they won't be charged for this transaction. You can leave a comment here to note this will be sent to the end user, just stating, hey, next time make sure that you end your rental, you are not charged. So you just click save for that, and it would go ahead and end that rental. So if we click into a transaction here, we can look at a few different things. We can see the bike number. Stretch this out. We'll see the bike number. Again, a lot of this is in that snapshot overview, but there's a bit more information. You can see the rating, your pricing, the battery life here. You can see that the lock is locked. This will show as unlocked for those running rentals, things like that. Penalty, if that was assessed, you can see it here. And then finally, you can see track location. This is really helpful. in a lot of ways. So you can track the location, and you can see for this one, they picked it up at the riverfront, they rode around here, and then they ended it at this location, which is another bike hub. And the GPS is pinged every 5 seconds here, so you can see actually every single listed one here. So it's going to be pages and pages of pings. Again, that beginning and end is really what we want to look at for that final location of the bike where they ended up at. So that can be just a helpful feature for you if you're trying to track down specifically a bike. So I believe that kind of covers everything as far as the actual transactions here. Again, there are a few other tabs, and we'll cover that in other videos, but this is how you track transactions ongoing versus completed. You can do refunds, you can end rentals, and track your assets. So hopefully this is helpful information for you and a good overview of the transactions tab.